Hello everyone in Video Blog Land. It's me again, and we are doing week 5 on the path to the first million. This week we're going to spend a little time focusing on something I glossed over before, and that's goal setting. I know I mentioned in my very first video that I carry 2 journals, if you will. They're sort of large size items. And I use those for both personal and business life. And I put in them long-term, short-term goals that I can hopefully work on attaining. Now, the first thing you want to make sure that you do when you're making goals is that you set things that are measurable and attainable. If you say you're going to make $1 million in your first week, you have to ask yourself, is that truly a measurable goal? And the things that you need to do to get to that goal, can you do them within a week's time? So as much as we want to see ourselves advance quicker and things, we just have to make sure that we go through the proper progression. Now everyone's business, everyone's method of doing things may get them to their goal at a different pace. So some people may need to do baby steps while other people can make leaps and bounds. But if you're a baby stepper trying to make leaps and bounds, you have to prepare yourself for a little bit more disappointment with that, because we need to make sure that we are setting goals that we can both measure and attain. So my 2 notebooks. Now, again, the personal and the business, especially for those juggling the family, I keep that personal notebook, and as calculating as that may sound, it actually keeps me on track with children's schedules, with doctor's appointments, with just all kinds of events that I might not put on my regular business calendar and could possibly forget. In addition to children, their summer programs to help them get to the goals that they're setting for themselves right now. And so being a successful parent is helping them to prepare for their goals, as well as me preparing for mine in my business world. So again, you want to set things that are measurable and attainable. Like I said, I keep a long-term goal sheet, and I will write down everything that I want to do, everything under the sun that I want to do on my long-term goal sheet. Now, when I get down to the day-to-day items and I start pulling those things from my long-term goals to a more short-term goal, I have to see what steps can I take to hit this particular goal. Sometimes it may take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on the particular goal. Or sometimes, you can do multiple goals at once. It just depends on the breadth of the goal, and it also just depends on your ability to meet that goal. So you can have everything you want under the long-term goal section, but as you put them into weekly categories or monthly categories, day-to-day items, you're breaking those goals down to see what you need to do to actually attain it. And then once you have, you can check mark it off and go on to the next thing. Do you have to follow a certain chronological order for your long-term goals? No, you can pull any goal that you want to from that, from your long-term goal list. But when you're actually working towards that goal, you do need to set yourself for things that you can measure to reaching that goal. The next thing I want to talk about is effective multitasking. So you want to make sure that for your long and short-term goals that you can get a handle on your goals and make them into bite-sized chunks that you can actually handle daily. You can actually tackle multiple tasks in attaining one goal or 2 goals. Sometimes they overlap, but sometimes we have to, in order to meet one goal, we may have to do several things to meet that goal. So coming in daily and setting yourself up to properly handle each task that is related to the goal that you have set for yourself is key and very important. Okay, now I want to talk about a little bit of routine work in the whole goal setting. So each day, if you have a business that works on a certain order, or the business that you're trying to build up to works on a certain order or methodology, and there are certain tasks that you need to complete just to start the day-to-day runnings of your business, then you need to make sure you get yourself into a routine. Every 28 days, if you can stick with something for 28 days, you can form that into a habit that goes from personal life, like with dieting or whatever, to actual business, the business world. So when you come in the morning, or if you do your business or at night, or however you do it, you want to make sure that you have a routine in place. Now, especially if you have aspects of your business that you don't particularly care for, then you want to make sure that you tackle those however they need to be addressed. If it's a daily, weekly, monthly, but you want to tackle those items first. Don't push them off. Don't say, oh, I'll get to this. Let me do the stuff I really want to do first. You got to tackle those things first. Get them out the way so that you can then properly focus on the other aspects of your business. I know for myself, I'll come in every day and I sit down and I actually go over my goals, and then I have a methodology to the things that I need to do to accomplish them. There are tasks in my day that I actually don't enjoy as a writer, but there are things that I have to do in order for me to reach my goals. So you need to establish your own set of routines. So just to recap some of the items we talked about today: goal setting, measurable and attainable goals, long-term goal list, and versus your daily short-term goal list that you take from your long-term goals. Make sure each item can be measured and you give it the proper attention that it needs. Secondly, effective multitasking. Sometimes we get overwhelmed with all of the things that happen and that are on our plates, and we feel like, oh, we can never do it. But proper multitasking will go ahead and allow you to do that. So you can take this particular item, that particular item, and sometimes they can overlap, or you just go down your list and handle them as they come. And if something else happens on the horizon, pull that into your day as well. But you need to be able to effectively handle the things that are going to crop up as you work towards your goals in your business. Next is routine. So part of that effective multitasking is routine. So you come in and you have your daily goals that you do, your weekly, your monthly goals, and you tackle those items, especially the items you don't want to do so much. You tackle those items first before you move on to the items that you feel the most comfortable with. That way you can reach and effectively impact all of the goals that you have set for yourself. Okay, everyone in Video Vlog Land, thank you again for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this segment.